What's up guys, today I want to show you how you can add more sections to your Shopify theme than are available by default. I think this is really important and it's going to be a game changer for many people. And I think that this is necessary because sometimes your theme is missing a section that you actually really need. So let me show you an example. This is a logo carousel, that's what I call it, or an icon carousel. Basically, you can use it for feature icons as we see here below, easy breezy, beautiful, effortless, or you can use it for brand logos or press logos. And Dawn theme doesn't have anything like that, right? The closest thing is this like slideshow section, which obviously it's a full size image. It's not like the same function at all. And you can also do something with this multi-column section, but just doesn't look as good, and it's not a carousel, it's just a grid, right, that wraps around to the next row. Totally not the same thing. And then you're out of options because you only have 16 sections. I counted them, 16 sections in a theme, and when you think about it, that's quite limiting when that's all you can do, that's what you've got to work with. Well, luckily there are a few ways, especially now with Shopify 2.0, there are a few ways that you can add to this list of sections, design your own sections, add them in, and you don't need to be able to code to do that. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. And I'll quickly mention that I already wrote a blog post on this topic, so if you prefer to read, the link to this blog post will be in the video description. So the first method is kind of obvious, but I'm just going to mention it just for the sake of completeness. But you can hire a developer to add as many sections as you want here. It's easy for developers to create custom sections. Inside of your Shopify theme code, you have a folder called sections. You can add a new section, and each one of these files is actually one of your sections. So for example, multicolumn.liquid, the one that I just showed you, that's it right here. And they can of course add settings for those sections as well. All of these are customizable. So if it's within your budget to hire a developer, then that's probably the most high quality option, obviously depending on the developer. And the costs for that could be anywhere from, I think, $50 for the cheapest up to, $1,000 or more for very high quality or senior developers. Now, the next option is what we always did prior to Shopify 2.0, which was using an app whenever you needed a specific feature. So for example, I've installed the InstaFeed app to show an Instagram feed on my store. And now I can go add section, and in Shopify 2.0, I will see this new section for apps. I can simply add the InstaFeed app as a section here, and then I can drag it around and treat it as a normal Shopify section. The app costs like $5 a month or something, right? The problem is that when you use a lot of apps, the costs add up. So for example, if I'm now going to search for an app for this logo carousel, for example, this one seems to be something that's pretty similar to what we want to do. And if I do this every time that I want to add a new feature, I'm going to end up with 20 or more apps. I'm going to be paying for each one. And each one of those is also going to be slightly slowing down my loading speed, right? Because apps need to load extra things. I will be recommending apps in today's tutorial, but they're not apps for specific features like this. Rather, they're apps that help you add new sections into your store. Okay, so they have a wider use. They're not like, you don't need 20 different apps. Instead, you can just have the one app. And they're also a much cleaner, more performance-friendly solution, and I will explain why. Sorry if that took a long time, but I needed to explain the way it was. And now I'm going to explain the new options that we have thanks to Shopify 2.0. So if you don't want to hire a developer and you don't want to use too many apps, then the first method that I recommend is to find pre-built code snippets for your theme online. Now this is something new. As I mentioned before, it's quite easy to add a new section to your Shopify theme. All you do is give it a name. It immediately generates a blank section file. And if you can find pre-built code online, you can copy and paste it into here, and you will have a new section that you can use. You save it and it will appear in your sections list when you click this button. So what do I mean by pre-built code snippets? Well, some people that are maybe influencers, YouTubers like myself, maybe just theme development companies, things like that, have started actually building code snippets and selling them online. The advantage of this is that you get a section for your store. It's going to load fast, it's lightweight, and it's a one-time purchase, as opposed to apps that, are $5 a month forever. These things are like often $20, $30 one time, right? So I sell them on edcodes.gumroad.com. Obviously, I don't have that many yet, and this isn't an ad for me anyway. There are other companies that do the same thing. So this company is called QuickCode, and they have a few sections available, and it's like the same process that I'm discussing. Grab the code. With my products, when you buy it, you get a PDF, and you just copy and paste from the PDF into your new section file, and that's it. You save and you have the section. So QuickCode is another one, and Luna Templates is another one. They do a lot of these moving sections. So pre-built code snippets is a pretty good solution. I think it's much better than using multiple different apps. The problem, like the downside of this, is that it's still hard to find sections exactly for your needs and for your theme. And obviously this is still new and kind of experimental. So let's move on. Alright, so maybe copying and pasting pre-built code snippets into your theme feels a bit risky to you. Maybe you're not very comfortable editing your theme code. Well, the next solution that I recommend for you is called Design Packs. This is going to be a lot more user-friendly, a lot easier. You install the app first, just like any other app from the Shopify App Store. Then you go on Browse Packs, and you have this entire library of packs, which is just their word for sections. For example, we have this simple FAQ, and we can view the demo. So this is what it looks like. This is exactly how it will look on your store. And these sections, of course, come with settings that you can customize. And there are over 100 different sections to choose from. So actually what I want is that brand logo slider that I was showing you in the intro. That is actually one of their demo pages. So let me just find that. It's right here. Value icons slider is what it's called. We can view the demo. As you can see, it lets you set it up to look like this, or as icons here. And that's done just by changing the settings inside of this section. So all we do is now we click add to theme, and that's going to install a section into your theme. Now when you just go into the theme customizer, we're going to see that section is available exactly the same way as a native Shopify section. So it's not even going to go through the apps, right? It's not like when you install an app and they have blocks. It's actually going to be one of these sections, and you can see the sections that are coming from the Design Packs app because they have this little backpack icon here. So value icon slider, that's the section that I've just installed. And there we go. We have this really nice carousel, and all we need to do is change the images to your brand logos, your icons, or whatever it may be. And also, of course, inside of this section there are various settings that you can customize to make the design look different so that it matches your theme, your branding. You can change the colors, you can change the fonts. You have different layout settings for mobile and for desktop. You can change the width of the section, for example. And finally, you can always add your own CSS if you want to make really detailed design changes. Now, as for the pricing, the free plan, I'm going to ignore that because it's only the first two sections, right? The regular plan is $25 a month, and then the annual plan is $16.58 a month. This price is pretty good. This price, though, puts it in competition with page builders. I think page builders like Pagefly and Shogun, their base plan usually starts at around $29 a month, and they can do a similar thing, but they work differently. So that's what we're going to talk about next. But guys, if you like the look of Design Packs, then I would really appreciate if you use my affiliate link in the description of this video. You'd be supporting this channel at no extra cost to you. I'm genuinely very impressed with this app and I do recommend it. But now let's move on and I'll compare it with page builders. Okay, so the one thing that we haven't really talked about is designing your own sections and then using those sections in your theme. And none of the options that I've spoken about so far actually allow you to design with complete control, do they? Both with the pre-built code snippets and with design packs, you're just choosing from a library of pre-designed sections. You have a lot of control through the settings, but still, it's not a completely custom design. And that's where page builders come in. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with page builders, it's the classic drag and drop interface for making custom designed pages. A couple of the most popular ones are called Pagefly, and there's also Shogun and Gem pages. And you know, page builders allow you to custom build a page without knowing code. It's a drag and drop builder. Before Shopify 2.0, page builders were the go-to method for creating a landing page or a custom product page where you had, you know, a lot of features like this, a lot of things to talk about. But this would replace either the entire page or a part of the page. So on this particular website, this top part is coming from Shopify. You know, it's the typical product page layout. And then everything below here, below this line, is all coming from Pagefly. And it was difficult to mix parts of Pagefly and parts of Shopify. However, that's no longer the case, because now in Pagefly, in Shogun, we can create sections, and then we can include those sections in the same way as I showed you with design packs or other things. And so once again, the difference from design packs, for example, is that you have complete creative control over your section. So you can use the page builder as you normally would to add, for example, a grid, and then we can add a heading into each one of these boxes. We can add a paragraph and so on. You have full control. And then once you save this, you would give it a name, and then you can add that to the page here. If you don't like designing, or if you want to save time, you can also create a new section from templates that they have available. So for example, there's one that I like called Artisan. You can preview it. So 3-step process, how matcha is made. Yes, I want to use this exact section style. So we're going to use that as the starting point. You would change your images, upload your own images, change the text. You can change the colors of these, and then you would go save and publish. We're going to call it how matcha is made. And once again, here we can head into the theme editor, click add section, and here we should find Pagefly section. And we're going to choose the section that we just made. There we go. So really nice, and a lot of control, full page builder style control over the section, right? Not just like with design packs, how we have the typical Shopify settings, but here in Pagefly we have, you know, a full visual editor. And that's going to be the main difference between, you know, if you're choosing between design packs or a page builder. However, the downside of a page builder is that it's a large application and it's not going to be as lightweight or as clean as design packs, for example. There might be more of an impact on your loading speed. Page builders are also slightly more difficult to use. There is a learning curve, and they're also a bit more expensive than something like design packs. So overall, you should choose a page builder only if you really need fully custom design. If you've already decided to use a page builder, please use my affiliate links in the description. Whether you choose Pagefly or Shogun or Gem pages, I have affiliate links for each one of those. So please click the one that you're going to use. You'd be supporting the channel, and it lets me make more of these videos. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If I find any other ways of adding new sections to your theme, I'll let you guys know. By the way, the best way to stay updated with what I'm doing and my content is to subscribe to my newsletter, which is just a monthly newsletter. I send out an email on the last day of the month, just summarizing everything that happened this month, not just my content, but also Shopify news, you know, any new features that were released. So I highly recommend subscribing to that newsletter if you like my videos. And the best way to do that is through my website, ed.codes. Let me know in the comments if you're using one of these methods for adding sections to your theme. Best of luck if you want to try any of them out. Leave questions in the comments as usual, and I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everybody. Bye.